population is going healthy, I would say, despite the calamities that has this country experienced. Last year, our biggest export market was Japan. In the first 6 months of this year, our exports to Japan has gone up by 13%, and it has continued to be the biggest export market to the Philippines. In the area of investments, Japan continues to be one of our biggest investors, if not the biggest investors. In this trip of the president next week, there will be a big announcement of one company in the electronic sector. A small part of these smartphones will be produced in the Philippines in big quantities, and it's going to be the biggest platform of this particular company outside of Japan. There will be also an announcement of expansion of power generation in the Philippines, as Japanese companies would like to help alleviate the looming shortage of energy in the Philippines. There will be also investments in the sector of infrastructure. In fact, Japanese companies have bought bidding documents for the coming PPP projects announced by the Philippines. There will be also an expansion in the manufacture of automobiles and automobile parts, which will be announced. There will also be an announcement of an investment in a big hotel project in the fort. I think that's some of the few things that will happen in the visit of the president. Recently, last week, the Japanese importers have shown great interest in importing some of our products from SMEs. That would be bags and baskets and gloves. It used to be that according to this particular importer, they used to buy these products from Italy, and they said our products are better made and can be delivered faster because we're only 3 hours away. And on the lighter side, there's a company that will start to grow flowers for export to Japan. You know, the market for flowers for Japan is $7 billion. Can you imagine? We're missing that market. So some companies, one company in particular in joint venture with Filipino farmers in Mindanao, will start producing flowers by, I imagine we would be exporting by March next year. Well, Japan is a big importer of a lot of things and continues to be dependent on food products. So the real challenge for us is to produce quality products and export them to Japan at a proper time. Sometimes it's difficulty of culture. Just to give you an example, the simple okra. The simple okra we eat in the Philippines boiled and almost 4 inches long. They eat it here almost 1.5 inches long and raw. And we don't understand why they eat it like that. And they don't understand why you have to cook okra. But that's, I mean, the difference in culture. Therefore, that really means you have to take care of the planting. You know, during the night, the okra grows by 1 to 2 centimeters. That means you have to harvest during the night. So our farmers need to be informed of those small things like that. Because if it grows, there's a special saucer for an okra. As you notice here, every food has a container. If it grows more than that, it's not okra anymore. They will not eat it. So they will pay for it as long as it's what they know they eat. That's the challenge for us. Yeah. What has changed is that, for example, for this summer, if you notice here in the embassy, almost all the halls, the lights in the halls are closed because there was a 20 to 15% cut of electricity among all users. And then the factories, especially those related to cars or producing components thereof, they had to work. They have to have a holiday on a weekday and work Saturday and Sunday. So it affected a lot of people's lives because it's not only the Fukushima power plant that was affected, because other plants, Japan has 54 plants, and there were scheduled maintenance for all these plants. After the scheduled maintenance, the local people did not want these power plants to go online even now. They're all afraid that some tsunami might come when it's running. So that has affected people's outlook toward the nuclear energy. I think the visit of the president will cement the relationship between the trade relationship between Japan and the Philippines, and this relationship will go farther as we help each other in a win-win solution because they are an aging society. We're a very young society.